Greetings, my friends. I decided to do this broadcast on mistakes most parents make with their firstborns because of what I have seen in my many years. This broadcast is not the usual declamations or narrative you hear in religious arena. I am reporting to you what I found out from my academic research work with hopes that when you know your challenges, the exact point where the shoe pinches you, you will know what to do, depending on your religious inclinations. If you are a firstborn or you have a firstborn, please gather here or share this link with your friends. This is part one of this broadcast on firstborn. The part two will be on the different types of firstborns. What are my findings in my research on firstborn? One, firstborns tend to be leaders, the CEOs, founders, and are more likely to achieve traditional success. Number two, firstborns are more likely to be conscientious. These traits complement other firstborns' characteristics such as reliability, responsibility, and dependability. Number three, oldest siblings are typically natural born leaders. From a very young age, they are expected to set good examples for younger brothers and sisters and might help their parents accomplish certain tasks. Generally speaking, that translates to being more reliable and responsible in adulthood. Number four, still, the success rate of firstborn worldwide is estimated to be just 30%. Number five, whatever happens to firstborn has about 70% likelihood of happening to their siblings and also their own firstborn. If you check many homes, I don't mean all homes, I mean many homes, if the firstborn is not educated, or let me say, if the firstborn does not go to the university, the siblings are nearly like that. If the firstborn went, the siblings often do that. If the firstborn succeed in building his own house, most of the time, most or some of the siblings succeed in doing same. The firstborn is almost a picture of the people behind them. Most curious is the fact that same pattern often happen to their own firstborns. Check your children. Is your firstborn making any radical difference than their fathers? There is a silent pattern your firstborn is taking after your father. Be careful with your firstborn. Number six, research has also found out that most firstborn are susceptible to depression in later life because of the weight of expectations on them. Number seven, firstborns face double pressure from their siblings and from their parents. Number eight, because they are the first in the family, they are the first to inherit anything in the family, the blessings and the curses. It is more difficult if the firstborn is a boy. Number nine, most parents waste money on firstborn by providing them everything the parents did not have as children. For example, many new mothers buy cribs for their first baby to sleep in, only to realize that they never sleep in them. The baby is always in bed with the mother or in the hands of well-wishers. The cribs become useless. Number 10, there is what I call parental learning curve. Parents learn a lot from raising their firstborns, and sometimes they may be more strict or cautious with them compared to younger siblings as they figure out their parental styles. Number 11, as more children come along, the attention and resources of the parent may shift, impacting the firstborn's feeling of security and importance within the family. If you are not a firstborn, you will have a firstborn. If you are a firstborn, you better know what you are doing with your life and what to start doing right with your own firstborn. So many people think they are the firstborn of their family, but in the actual sense of the word, they are not even pleased. So many have lost their place as the firstborn because of ignorance, attitude to life, or their parents have downgraded them deliberately or inadvertently. Why do many firstborn have challenges? Let me discuss this with you. In recent time, so many people have been fixated on firstborn, looking critically at their own lives. eLife Mentoring Masterclass had to commission a kind of research, and we found out that truly these people go through so many challenges we tend to overlook. These challenges are largely associated with their parenting. Many parents put their firstborn in trouble, most times out of ignorance. This broadcast is to call parent awareness to these with the view to correcting these anomalies. Now, how do parents put their firstborns in trouble? What troubles are you into because you are a firstborn? Number one, excessive anxieties on firstborn. Many parents place undue pressure on their firstborn to conform to their expectations. Frequently, parents project their own unfulfilled ambitions onto their firstborn, viewing them as an opportunity to correct their own past mistakes and achieve their own unrealized goals. Some parents envision them to follow in their footsteps, inheriting family businesses or taking over professional roles. Take, for example, some general overseers who want their children to take over the leadership of their churches when God has not even called them or the children has other plans for their lives. Number two, burden of responsibility on firstborns. Parents often unintentionally place an excessive burden of responsibility on their firstborn, expecting them to act as mini parents to their younger siblings from a very young age. In so many homes, the firstborn is held accountable for the errors of their younger siblings and is expected to exhibit knowledge and maturity beyond their years. This premature expectation robs firstborn of their innocence and childhood, forcing them to grow up faster than their peers. Number three, pressures on firstborn to succeed than the siblings. Additionally, a hierarchical family dynamic is established, where younger siblings are taught to show deference to respect the firstborn, often by restraining from addressing them by their names. This ingrains a sense of superiority in the firstborn, further amplifying the pressure to excel and set example for their siblings. The repercussion of this pressure is that the firstborn is forced to outperform their siblings. They expect firstborn to get married, to get great things of life before the younger siblings. This often results in resentment and unhealthy rivalry between siblings. In situations where the younger ones achieve before their elders or the firstborn, resentment or jealousy set in. We need to rethink so many things in our society and culture. Number four, parents put so much burden on their oldest daughters, caring for the younger siblings, cooking the meals, maintaining the household, demanding that the eldest daughter set perfect example for their siblings can further exacerbate the pressure. Consequently, the child may struggle to cope and may even get angry at the younger siblings due to this overwhelming demand placed on them by their parents. The root of the violence and frustration often expressed by firstborn children can be traced back to this excessive demand parents place on them. Rather than treating the firstborn as an automatic babysitter, household assistants, or kitchen aid, parents should recognize their capability and trust them with appropriate responsibility that foster their growth and development. Empowering firstborn with meaningful tasks can help them thrive and present feelings of resentment and frustration. Number five, the right to be different. Many parents feel a natural inclination to see the reflection of themselves in their firstborn, leading to the tradition of naming them junior, the second, and so on. Parents should recognize that each child comes to this life with its own unique identity. That your firstborn resembles you physically does not mean he should emulate you entirely. Embrace the individuality of your firstborn and allow him to carve his own identity. Number six, some mothers turn their first daughters into confidants. A child who lacks the cognitive capacity of an adult, they want her to grapple with the complexity of their pains, which robs these children of their innocence. Parents, especially you mothers, allow these children to be children. Stop turning them into your confidant. Stop poisoning their minds against people around you. Now, what can you do with your firstborn? Number one, parents, be careful. It's crucial to recognize that each child has its own unique journey and destiny. Rather than imposing predefined roles and expectations on them, you should allow children their freedom to carve out their own paths and pursue their own dreams at their own pace. Number two, if your firstborn does not succeed in life, if your firstborn has issue with his life, you, parents, contribute to it through your poor parenting. Many of you over-pamper them. What the Yoruba people call akebaje, akera. This is what many of you parents have done. Number three, pay attention to your firstborn, especially in a nuclear family where the younger one has the eldest to watch. The firstborn is like your deputy. The way and manner you handle your firstborn will be replicated on the younger one, because children learn by observation. At the appropriate time, start showing your firstborn things that are commensurate to his age, so that when you are not around, he or she will have a way of passing the knowledge or the information down the line. That is what we call natural leadership. Number four, be a role model. Children often learn by example, so strive to be a positive role model on your children by demonstrating strong leadership qualities yourself. Show them how to lead with integrity, empathy, and humility. Number five, while it is essential to show your children the freedom to explore their leadership potentials, be there to offer support and guidance when needed. Let them know that you are there to help them navigate the challenges of life and make informed decisions. I hope you have gained something today, and I will be back with the part 2 of this lecture on firstborn. In that lecture, I'll be telling you the various types of firstborn that we have. Firstborn is not only the very first child in the family. There are so many of them, and I will tell you in the part 2. God be with you. Thank you so much.